Hello. So I'm not painting today. I'm talking about the video itself. So basically, somebody emailed me, and well, didn't email me, but someone contacted me and said you should show some of the things you're painting. Now that was actually my original plan. Was I was thinking like every 25 episodes or so, I would show what I was painting and what I had painted. I didn't want to sit here and paint and hold up to the camera and all that other stuff. But I figured every so many episodes I would do that. 25th episode starting to come up. I wasn't sure. So I didn't want to know if these, or I didn't want to, I hadn't decided, did I want these to be like within my normal numbering system, or did I want to do like 25 episodes and have 25A, the behind the scenes episode? Because everyone who's seen my videos obviously knows I'm a perfectionist about these things, he says sarcastically. And so then, of course, when the 25th one came up, I had a trip planned, and so I went on my trip. I did my on the sightseeing, Burke and Hare street tour of Edinburgh, which was my 26th episode. And I wanted, of course, to have that edited and put together, so I never really got around to doing my 25th or 25B or whatever I was going to call it. And so continued to make things, and I was going to go up to 50, and I decided, no, I'm at a good stopping point now. So this is my behind the scenes episode for showing what I've been painting, talking about the channel and stuff like that. So basically got these little miniatures. So the first 25 I was doing Reaper's Villager set. And so they had a bunch of miniatures that came out for villagers. So you got things like, we got just your typical little village girl. Tavern waitress. Stuff on her tray came out better than any. That's like the best detail I did on any of these was. Here's one thing about this. So I'm painting these. I'm getting old, so sort of the light affects whether or not I can paint them. Obviously, like some of them, I don't even do the faces very well, just because it depends on how good my paintbrushes are and how good the lights are, whether I can get into that much detail. Others, I try to do the faces a little better. Little thug type person, I guess. Another thug type person. Why Reaper put these thug type people in their village collection, I don't know. Local scholar, I think it's supposed to be. He's got his scrolls and stuff he's carrying, so I'm assuming he's a scholar. Like I said, I don't know why they put thugs and stuff in there. Another thug. Yeah, I guess highwaymen, robbers, whatever. They're not the nicest village people. Just sort of your, I don't know, traveler, random villager. Beggar. See, if YouTube ever monetizes me, this will be me, the beggar. I don't expect YouTube to ever monetize me. The local friar. One with a torch and a rolling pin. Not quite sure what's going on with that. I assume she works in the tavern, but don't know. Dancer. Assuming she works at the tavern as well, but... also with the village collection came a pig. And a cart full of some sort of gourd, which I made pumpkins. This is actually designed in such a way that you can have the pig pulling the cart. So it takes me, if I'm just painting, it takes me maybe a little over an hour to do one figure. If I'm trying to talk and trying to read my notes and trying to do all this other stuff, it takes a bit longer. So that's why, like I said, I got up to 25 episodes and I only had about 10 things done because I don't paint as fast when I'm trying to make videos. But that's that. So why am I making videos anyway? So watched the Red Green Show, and he always had a little segment where he'd be tying fishing lures, it looks like, and giving his words of wisdom. And it would be a 2 or 3 minute segment and humorous, more funnier than I am. And when I paint, my mind sort of wanders, and I just sort of think of day-to-day things and topics. And like I said, I do random topics, just stuff I think about. Only I try to, I get an idea, I think about it for a while, I go online and try to do a little research, and then I make a video. And again, half my research or half my videos are just my opinion, other half have a little information in them. It's just sort of what's on my mind. So, it's not. I wish I could do funny stuff like Steve Smith did in his Red Green role, but instead, it's just more my opinion on most stuff. Okay, so then of course, done with those, ready to make the thing. Went on a trip. Whenever I travel, I take my painting supplies with me. People would be like, why do you watch television when you go on trips? You went halfway around the world and you watch television. And one of the reasons I travel is to rest. It's a vacation. I want to relax. So I spend the day running around and doing the tourist stuff. Then I sit back in the room and I watch television. Only I started taking my painting supplies and I start painting. And I try to generally do one figure a day when I just sort of, again, it takes me a little over an hour to do one, so it's not like it's really taking away from my vacation any, and I enjoy painting. So, okay, so my Edinburgh collection. So I did this little guy, and again, I did that video, like I said, I did that as a street tour type thing, and so, violent looking guy. I did that as a street tour type thing, so I didn't paint while I did it. So I sort of had these in the background on my introduction. Some sort of wizard scholar type lady, I guess. Got the book and all. Like I said, I try to do about one a day. Dinosaur Man. That's a fun one to paint. Bigger figures are always fun too, because I don't have to worry about details. Little dwarf guy. Another little fighter guy. So one thing about these, these are all, like I said, gaming miniatures. Took two little cat guys. They're the same figure. I just painted them different color schemes. This guy's a little more yellow. This guy's a little red. So they're mostly in gaming figures are mostly a medieval theme. So they're easier to do. Strange, skeletal, demon-looking guy. Easier to do just because I don't have to think as much. It's, green. More green. Green was easy to make back in the Middle Ages. You boiled pine needles, and that's how you get green. They didn't have a lot of color choices. And cloth was expensive, so people didn't really worry about matching colors so much as just having something to wear. So I look at a figure, I look at my paints, and I just say, hey, this is what I want to do, and I do it. And I say that because I got back. One thing I do when I travel, I do try to do some larger, and I do things like, that's my 2022 Edinburgh piece. I tried to do the Scottish thistle on the shield, just so it looked more Scottish. Also on the way back I stopped in Dublin, so I did this guy. He's got tried to do him with a little kilt on, and Dublin 2022. That's just, I started having my little signature pieces for my vacations now. I write where I went and the year and stuff like that. So I got back, done with all this stuff, time to start making more videos. Now, Reaper, there's a thing, CAV, it's a game about mech warrior type things, these giant robots where you go around and fight in. And so Reaper makes these figures for that game. And these are what I've been working on recently. And I bring up the whole color thing because these, I only did 3 of them, but it took longer to do than it took all the whole village thing, just because I couldn't think of, they're military. They should be camouflage colors, but they're futuristic. So they got radar, and camouflage doesn't really, electronic sensors. So camouflage doesn't hide you from those. And so it's just really, it was a lot harder just trying to decide what color do I want to paint this. It's blue and red, which doesn't seem right, but at the same time, in the future, do they really care what color they paint their things? Do they do it more aesthetically, or do they do it more to try and hide? Which, again, electronic sensors you can't necessarily hide, so camouflage doesn't do as much good. So those three took longer than like the rest of them, just because my mind would fog over. I would be like, what do I paint? What color do I want to paint these things? So that's what I've been working on so far. So back to the videos. You might have noticed I never really edit my videos that much. Generally, if I get to the 2-minute mark and I haven't made a major mistake, I just press on. If I get 30 seconds into it and I'm stumbling over my words and I'm losing my place, then I stop and I start over again. 2 minutes into it, I keep going. I stammer some, sure. Now, this is supposedly a good thing. Go and you watch, ooh, did you hear this? Oh, this is my favorite musician. They're so raw in what they do. Being raw is great. Well, what's raw? Raw is unprocessed, unedited in this case. So this is raw YouTube video. Your musician, he does his thing 50 times over until he gets it right, then releases it, and you say it's raw because he's like speaking in this, harsh tone of voice. No. Raw is unprocessed, unedited, me sitting here making a fool out of myself and not caring about it. That's raw video. So that's part of what I'm doing here. It's just, again, it's my opinion. I share things. Speaking of sharing, so I went a long time. The Zurus, which I think that was about my 10th episode. 15 people viewed it. That was like my highest rated one. Possibly because, the Zurus is something no one's ever heard of. Or, interestingly enough, I did do a YouTube search on Zurus just to see how many videos were out there. And mine did not come up anywhere near the top of the list. So there are other videos out there about the Zurus, but mine got 15 hits, which was more than I normally do until recently. My last one I did on Hyperdrive and Warp Speed got 20 views and a like. I've gotten maybe 10 likes altogether. Never more than 1 like per video, so that's interesting. Then the one before that, the Irish Boomerang Paradox, got 26 views. And I think that might be the same person watching it over and over again just because I sing during it, or I try to sing during it, or I prove why I don't have a career as a musician during it, if you want to put it that way. But I have been getting a little more views in more recent time. One thing, I haven't really been trying to advertise it. I linked my Burke and Hare tour up onto my Facebook page, so that's how some people found out about it. Other than that, I was sort of experimenting just to see if I put videos out there, how long will it be before people start watching them? Just because, I was curious, do people have to self-promote, or will this happen on its own? And apparently self-promotion works a little better because my older videos, almost nobody's watched. Other last thing, I did have one person actually made a comment on my Wakai video, and they complimented me on getting the facts right, even though I know nothing about Wakai. And I admitted that I got terms confused during it. So that's it. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about, this is my unofficial video about the video. In the future, as I do more painting, I will probably have another one of these where I just show off, instead of painting and talking, I actually show off what I've been painting. Going to have to try to work, maybe. I know some of these didn't show up as well because, it's a little shady holding them up to the camera, but that's all. Have a good day, and hope you enjoy my next video, whatever it's about.